instead of complaining every time he leaves the house and tells her where he's going and she says she doesn't believe him, then why is it when he comes home she opens her arms to receive him? And if he told her he didn't want to be in a relationship, then why does she do everything she can to retrieve him? Told him he was a stranger in her house. And even though she knew who he was when they first started to go out, now when she looks into his eyes, she finds it hard to realize that he's him. Because at this point in the relationship, he won't do shit unless it will please him. And despite his indiscretion, she tells her girlfriend that she would never do anything to displease him or leave him, which leads them to say she's taking her sense of self-pride and committing suicide, or what I like to call relationship treason. Because love is war and nobody's ever been able to play both sides. So I wonder why she won't just leave him. I mean, it's not like she doesn't have a good reason. Her mother always told her, if a man wants something bad enough, he will do whatever he can to get it. So if his actions aren't in line with her words, I don't know why she won't just say forget it, but a woman can hear the exact same thing and process that shit completely different.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
You see, a woman can hear the exact same thing and process that shit completely different. You see, a woman, when she wants something bad enough, she can take something that isn't and convince herself that it is it.
Yes. True.
Take a square peg, push it into a round hole, and convince those around her that it fitted, but is she really to blame? Because if these lanes put y'all in that situation again and again, you have no choice but to think that we are all the same. More concerned with the way your hips turn than trying to learn your name, and it's a shame. That now you figure you have to put any dog and hope he's tame. Otherwise you end up leaving this world much the same way you came, alone. And I wish leaving this world much the same way you came, alone. And I wish that I could tell you that you're wrong, but you probably have a couple of female friends who already suffered that same fate. So now you've been led to believe to get with the dog with the least amount of fleas and hope that he's safe. But I'm telling you, if you do that, you're only setting yourself up for more complaints. Because you know that dude won't make a good mate. Because he can't relate to the difference between love and affection. A sweet rub and caressing, a hard on and an erection. And I know you love him. So you want to try to teach him those lessons. But he says he has no interest in trying to learn, because in turn doing so would make him feel less than a man. Completely dismissing the fact that doing so will make you feel more like a woman. Simple things like opening the door before you go in, so then you start to rationalize, well, girl, that's just the way he is. So anything he wants to do, yeah, that's just the way he is. So anything he wants to do, she lets him. Goes to her girlfriends, complains about how much she detests him, but won't leave him. Allowing something to occupy her lifetime when it was only meant for a season. See, when you're holding on to something that's want to be held, when the thing that comes along for you that's meant to be, your hands are full and you won't be able to seize him. But believe when I tell you that there are other women out there that seize him. So, if you're going to miss out on something that was meant to be, then holding on to something that never was shouldn't be the reason. See, there's a difference. If you're going to miss out on something that was meant to be, then holding on to something that never was shouldn't be the reason. See, there's a difference between trying to compromise and being complacent. So when faced with a situation, you have to tell the difference between the two, can you? There's a reason that a standard is called a standard. It's because it was never meant to be lowered. I mean, it's like taking 3 steps back and 1 step up. I said there's a reason that a standard is called a standard. It's because it was never meant to be lowered. I'm just like taking 3 steps back and 1 step up and trying to convince yourself that you're still moving forward and I'm just a poet and I'm trying to beat you forward. No, fuck that. Yes, I am. Because sometimes you have to raise your voice when the volume of choice is the silence of the lambs, ladies.